Moving toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now this defense for the Commanders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
On the counter, here's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that play.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job standing in proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they'll get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity, nothing big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Always got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
They went with the ever-popular RPO on that play, but they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you got to be like a punt return. You got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. We're scoreless after one.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Another throw for Howell.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll run with Gibson.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Gibson again, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 44-yard line. Here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. And some room to work.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go and try to put some pressure on the defense.
Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson.
Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Off play action. It's Howell.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deron Payne. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like that.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. On first down, Howell. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Slide for the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Got a man, that's Lazard.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers.
Right side to Watson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is to knock blockers in front of the corner wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. The defense there swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are able to claw one back.
Crosby connects on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Once more, Gibson.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Washington.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now the rookie's free.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
They'll wind up losing 3. And it's third down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Gibson here running out of the gun. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Commanders could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run with Gibson.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's the throw to his running back. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 44, Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rodgers now after the sack will lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point up and good by Crosby as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Gibson again. Oh, he's got a little down. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Sly on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Crosby with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Washington, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll...
like your energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, went instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You cloud chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy. I don't like it. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough, damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2, that's like 4, they be sharing me. Okay, they working like the rent do. Rent got them doing, that's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like your energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not to ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where it doesn't get any...
Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Cincinnati's offense takes the field and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Right to the air is Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 Thomas. 12. 11 empty. 11 empty. Stop.
Again, it's Mixon. And some room to run now. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, there was plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 46. After the interception, here's Stafford.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
22.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play. So now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Extra point through the snowflake. Something good. And that makes the score 7-0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Play action. Here's Stafford. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. It's caught on the right side. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. There he goes, left side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. L.A. readies for its next possession. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, 57 yards. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Gay now set to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Plague did on the last one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Delayed game, Austin. Here we go. 11.
Now Burrow on first down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to Mixon on first down. There's some space here. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Burrow now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
getting the sack. They'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got to.
And it'll be intercepted. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone in and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 76 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no. About the 17-yard line. And the Rams.
Here in this situation, if you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
15 yards there for number 15.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Now the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson up and good.
And the lead now to 14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to start. But it's scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Going right back to Akers.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. But for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gott.
Yeah, indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future.
A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Try the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Stafford.
Right back to Atwell. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he won't get close.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
On second down, here's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
There we go.
And Burrow going to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got room at the 30. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, Go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Cincinnati. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Stafford looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it's a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
Throwing again is Stafford. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Burrow looking to pass. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Ready. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked up the last one.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. That's out to the flat for Akers.
Touchdown! Cam Akers, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Gay is on for the point after. At home, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him, but you have to as a team because you can't just throw you.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Stafford.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Mixing up the middle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Burrow will throw. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
So Burrow and the Bengals
Down by 7. A minute 11 to go. And the missed field goal gives them new life as they come up in a one-score game on 1st and 10.
That's complete to Chase.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Stafford now to throw. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals come up with a late turnover. But it will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Well, the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds across the... Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. 11 MT.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost in Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers in the position here in 2022.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
From midfield now, Burrow. His throw incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
Touchdown,
Bengals. Joe Burrow with a touchdown connection to Tyler Boyd. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5. Now here comes the Los Angeles offense and the man in charge of it in his second season with the team, 14th overall in what's been an impressive career, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford's first season in Los Angeles could not have gone better as he proved to be the missing piece that brought the Rams a Lombardi trophy. It was a very well-deserved moment for the 13th-year pro who was 12th all-time in yards and touchdowns, but had never experienced a postseason victory before that season. Now, he just called him a Super Bowl champion, and boy, did he embrace the Rams offense from the start. With almost 5.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Another try for Mixon, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the
touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 13 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, bullet his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Stafford going to give this to Akers.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. 13-0 is the score after 1.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter.
They snap it to Stafford. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Running left, it's Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw to Mixon on the check down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit. But must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Finding room at midfield. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
All right.
Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
But let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time.